You've seen it on every runway from Milan to Paris this year. They call it Gucci Rosso, Black Cherry, or Oxblood. It's the color of your favorite leather trench, your favorite lipstick, and, if you're following the trend, your entire wardrobe. But why this color? Why now? In an age of digital neon and Barbie pinks, why are we suddenly obsessed with the color of aging wine? To find the answer, we have to look past the fabric and into the bloodlines of 15th century Europe. Welcome to the relaunch of V.O.I.C.E.S Randomish. Today, we're decoding the DNA of wine. If this sounds like some of the interest to you, stay tuned, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. In 2024, Sabato de Sarno at Gucci launched Ancora, a campaign centered almost entirely around a deep, dark red. It felt random to some, but it was a calculated psychological anchor. In fashion, red is the color of danger, but wine? Wine is the color of permanence. In current media advertising, we see the modern aristocrat character. This person isn't loud, they aren't wearing neon logos. They are draped in deep maroons that absorb light. Why? Because when the economy feels shaky and the world feels fast, we crave heavy colors. Colors that feel like they have weight, like they have a history. We aren't just buying a sweater, we're buying the illusion of an old money estate. Let's go back to the 1400s. Meet Philip the Good, the Duke of Burgundy. He wasn't a king, but he was richer than most kings. His court was the fashion capital of the world. However, at this time, dyeing fabric a deep, saturated wine color was a feat of chemistry and wealth. To get this rich, burgundy color, they used kermes, crushed insects imported from the Mediterranean. It took thousands of the kermes insects to dye one velvet robe. Philip and his court used this color as a political weapon. By wearing these deep, wine-soaked reds and blacks, they were telling the King of France, "I don't need a crown to have power. I have the trade routes. I have the money. I have the color you can't afford." This is the Grand Duke character. He is stoic, he is wealthy, and he is slightly dangerous. And so remember that when you put on a burgundy blazer today, you are literally wearing the uniform of a 15th century political rebel. And who is the character represented in today's wine red ads? It's the curated soul. This character is a response to the fast fashion era. While strawberry red is for the girl who wants to be noticed for a second, wine is for the woman who wants to be remembered for a decade. The textures in current advertising, wine or burgundy is paired with leather, silk, velvet, or heavy wool. The intentional pairing mimics the sensory overload of the Burgundian court. A return to tactile luxury. The deep wine color influences your style by forcing you to care about material. Because you can't do wine cheaply, because it shows every wrinkle, every flaw. Wine demands quality. Wine of the DNA of your style, my style. It's the color of someone who has figured it out. So, how do we use this historical insight in our closet? First, the monochromatic column. If you want to exert authority in a meeting, don't wear black. Wear wine from head to toe. It creates a silhouette of uninterrupted power, just like Philip the Good. Second, the anchor. If your style is usually random or eclectic, a wine-colored leather bag or shoe acts as the voice of your outfit. It grounds the randomish elements and gives them a historical root. History tells us that wine isn't a trend, it's a cycle. It returns every time we need to feel grounded and powerful. Therefore, you aren't just following a fleeting trend, you're participating in a 600-year-old legacy of elegance and power display. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed learning more about why wine is the DNA of your style DNA, hit that subscribe button. Because in the next video we'll dive into the office siren, or the secretary, wardrobe, and women's power dressing in the workplace.